Yes, guys, it's Willem here from Africa TCG. Today I'm coming at you with something a bit different from what I usually do. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's Drytron. I'm just going to show you a couple of combos, and I think this deck has a bit of potential in the current metagame. I am going to be testing this going forward for a few weeks. Don't worry, I will try and get more memento content, but I'm trying to branch out as much as possible. Just want to show you a few combos with this deck as well. So today, I'm just going to start with a few 1 and 2 card combos, but not all of the combos because there are so many for this deck. The first one I wanted to show you is just Drytron Nova. So with this deck, there are so many effects. I would recommend just taking a bit of time reading up on all the effects, but I will summarize them as briefly as I can just to get you to understand what the deck is about. So Drytron Nova essentially, it just special summons a Drytron from your deck. It's a once per turn, that monster gets destroyed in the end phase, that doesn't matter. And also you cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set the turn you activate this card. That restriction applies to every Drytron essentially. So yeah, we're just going to start off with Nova. We're going to activate this and we're going to summon out Drytron New 2 from the deck. This guy on summon allows you to add any Drytron monster from your deck to your hand. But he also must be special summoned by a card effect. If you control a Drytron card on the field, you can summon him from hand or graveyard once per turn, but it gets banished when he leaves the field. But that's irrelevant at the moment. The main effect is when you summon, you get to search a Drytron, but you are locked into only ritual summoning machine monsters for that whole turn. But that doesn't matter, we're playing only machine rituals that we want to summon. So we're going to activate this effect on summon. That is going to add us the Drytron Alpha Thuban. So this guy, like most of the other Drytrons, they all tribute a Drytron from hand or field as cost, or a ritual monster from field or hand as cost, to summon themselves from hand or graveyard. Now, they all trigger, or they all have different effects when you trigger the effect, like when you trigger the searches. Yo, I'm talking so mekaar. So this guy can essentially search any ritual monster from your deck, right? When you summon. So the tribute, summon, and search is all one effect. So the tribute is cost, sorry. So they have to negate there. If they don't, the whole effect resolves. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to activate Alpha effect, tributing the new 2 as cost. That is going to allow us to search for Cyber Angel Benton. For you people who know Drytron, you know Benton is literally your best friend. So from here, because you have a Drytron card on the field, you can actually activate your new 2 effect just to special summon himself. Right, so he will get banished when he leaves the field, but that's irrelevant for now. So with these two guys, we're going to overlay into the Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir. So this guy's a generic rank 1. On summon, it allows you to mill any Drytron card from deck to grave. Also, if you would ritual summon, you can detach materials from this card and use their attack values as the tribute material. It's very complicated, but it makes sense once you start playing the deck. Also, if you control a ritual machine type monster, once per turn, if your opponent activates a card or effect, a spell or trap effect, you can just detach to negate the activation and destroy a card. So this card is super cracked. So we're going to activate his effect on summon to send any Drytron card from deck to graveyard. That is going to send the Drytron Zeta Albira. This guy is the same as Alpha, except it searches for a ritual spell. So we are going to activate that effect in graveyard. We're going to tribute Benton as cost. Then we're going to summon this guy. So all one effect is going to allow you to add any ritual spell from deck to graveyard. We will be adding Mediona's Drytron. On a new chain, Benton will activate. Because it's tributed by any means you can search for any, or she can search for any light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. That'll be the Diviner of Heralds. Right, so just to say as well, this combo doesn't play through anything. This is just showcasing what the deck can do without interruptions. So from here, you will go normal summon Diviner. You will activate its effect to send any fairy monster from deck or extra deck to graveyard. You will send your Herald of the Arc Light, and it will gain its levels. So this guy is now a level 6 tuner. Then Herald of Arc Light in the new chain. When it's sent to graveyard, you can add a ritual monster or spell from your deck to hand. So that's the reason why we dumped that card. From that, we'll add Drytron Medionis DA Draconids. We just call this guy Dad for short because it's a moosh long name. So now what you essentially have is you can technically, if you want to, wait, let me just show rather what you do after your ritual summon. Right. So this guy, while he's on field, other Drytron monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. That almost never comes up. The good effect of this guy is a soft twice per turn. If your opponent activates a monster effect anywhere, you can banish any number of Drytron monsters from your graveyard with attack equal to or more than the monster that's attempting to activate, and then negate and destroy that effect. So that's a twice per turn, not hard twice per turn, monster negate. If this guy is destroyed while it's ritual summoned by opponent's card, you can just summon a ritual monster from your deck with 4,000 attack, but that never comes up. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Medionis Drytron. So this card can be used to ritual summon any monster from hand or graveyard. Also, you must tribute machine monsters whose total attack equal or exceed the attack of the ritual monster you're attempting to summon, right? So, for instance, this guy has 5,000 attack, right? So you need to tribute monsters or machine monsters that have attack values of 5,000 or more, right? So with Mubeta Fafnir's effect, you can detach both of these and use their attack values as the tribute material. So that's 2,000, 2,000, so obviously that's 4,000. Now you need another 1,000 attack on the field. So you can either tribute this or this. Although this is a bit more important to keep on the field, I'll show you why now. But you can tribute Mubeta Fafnir as well. So technically you're tributing 6,000 attack for this guy. Right, so now you have your monster negator on the field. This card is so good. So then Medionis Drytron goes to the graveyard. So Medionis has another effect. While it's in the graveyard, you can target a Drytron monster in the field, reduce its attack by 1,000 until the end of the next turn. Add this card to your hand. That is a hard once per turn. However, the ritual summoning effect is not hard once per turn. So now you have Medionis in hand. So from here, you have a level 1 non-tuner and you have a level 6 tuner. What you can do is you can synchro summon with these guys and you can go into the fucking awful Dawn Dragster. He's not fucking awful, he's actually pretty good. So this would be your end board if you chose to go this route. Right, so in essence what you have is 2 monster negates and you have a spell and trap negate. That is not bad from just a 1-card combo if you ask me. That is 3 hard negates for your opponent. Remember, this guy has to banish Drytrons from the graveyard to negate. So technically you have essentially 4 targets to banish off of his effect. So that is pretty fucking strong. And then obviously the monster negate. However, what you could do is you could swap out the Dragster and just go for something like IP Masquerena. The reason why you would go for something like IP is obviously because let's say it's your opponent's turn, they activate Malice P Dormouse, right? That's got 600 attack. So they attempt to activate Dormouse effect. You go negate. So you banish a Drytron because it's got 2k attack, and that is obviously 1,400 more than 600. So you negate and destroy that. Your opponent goes, I don't know, activate Marche to special summon from hand. You say, no, I don't want that to resolve, so you go effect. You banish that, another Drytron, so you negate the Marche. Cool. His 2 negates are done. Now your opponent decides to go for a Bestial, right? So they Bestial something in their own graveyard or your graveyard, what have you. Doesn't make a difference, right? Then you go IP Masquerena. You link with itself and the Dad, and then you can summon out Dynamondo. So Dynamondo is an insane card for this deck. If this card is special summon, target 1 card on the field and 1 ritual monster in your graveyard, shuffle both into the deck. So let's say they have the Bestial and they're threatening battle phase. You can just target the Benton in the graveyard, target the Bestial on the field, just shuffle both back into the deck. Right, so that is what you get with this. So that's already been 2 monster negates and a spin as well. Now Dynamondo also has another effect during your opponent's turn. You can tribute this card as a quick effect. Then you can special summon a ritual monster from your graveyard. Obviously that ritual monster has to have been summoned properly via the ritual mechanic. So your target for that will be the DA Draconids or the Dad. Now remember what I said, this guy is a soft twice per turn. So essentially what you have now is 2 more monster negates after all of that has happened. So when you go for the IP, technically you turn a normal board of 3 negates into essentially 4 monster negates and a spot spin, essentially. So it's up to you which combo you would like to go for. But it's obviously, it depends on what type of deck you're playing against. If you value the spell and trap negate more, you can go for that. If you value the spin and the more monster negates, for instance, you can go for this combo. But that's just going to be the 1-card Nova combo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you Nova plus all of the other guys, with obviously just not using Mewtwo as the monster you have in hand. So now we're going to do Nova plus the Alpha. Okay guys, so this one is going to be Nova plus Alpha. So this one, there are so many ways to combo with this deck. It is insane. Depending on how your opponent throws hand traps and like what you want to do, what you want to play around. But I'm just going to show you something that I think is a good combo if you're not facing any, any disruption. So what we're going to start out with is going Drytron Nova. That is going to summon out the Mewtwo from your deck. Then you're going to activate the Mewtwo effect on summon. That is going to search you for the Zeta. Right, so any good old Drytron players know Alpha Zeta is super full combo. But now you have essentially 2 extenders in the mix as well. So this makes it your Alpha Zeta just on crack, essentially. So you're going to go Alpha effect, and you're going to tribute the Zeta as cost. That will allow you to add your friend Benton. Right, so from here you can go Zeta effect to tribute the Benton, and that is going to add you the Meteonis Drytron. In a new chain, Benton will trigger, adding you the Diviner of the Herald. Right, so now you've noticed we haven't used this special summon from grave or hand effect yet. So what you can do is you can go normal summon your Diviner, and you can go effective Diviner. That is going to send your Herald of the Arc Light. That is going to search you for your dad. Cool. Now from here, there are some ways of going about it. But a thing that I like to do with this deck, because Mubeta Fafnir loses to Imperm quite a lot, you can actually go Synchro, your Diviner and your Mewtwo, and that'll allow you to make the FA Dawn Dragster. Right, so now essentially the rest of your combo is protected by from Imperm. If that is a problem you want to play around, maybe whatever. I mean, you could have just done something else, but let's go with this for now. So now you're going to Xyz with those 2 boys into your Mubeta. You'll go Mubeta effect, and you will send the Gamma from your deck to your graveyard. Cool. So now you have literally all the good Drytron names in rotation. What you're going to do is you're going to go Gamma effect, and you're going to tribute the dad from your hand. Right, so this is then going to allow you to summon out any Drytron monster from your graveyard. Obviously you won't be able to summon out the rituals, but it is what it is. So remember, we haven't used this effect to summon back yet. Cool. So what we're going to do is going to overlay this into a second copy of Mubeta. Unfortunately, the send from deck to graveyard is once per turn. Otherwise, this deck would be so cracked it's unbelievable. So now we're going to activate Meteonis Drytron. Interesting thing that you can do here is you can actually tribute 2 materials from your... Sorry, let's just say 1 material from this Mubeta, or like you contribute the whole thing, so that is just 5,000. But what you want to do in this combo is keep at least 1 of them on the field. So you can tribute 2 from this, and then tribute 1 from this, let's say, for instance, right? So that is up to 6,000 attack. So you're going to tribute those, and you're going to summon out your big boy dad, right? Now, the reason why you wanted to do that is so that you can get your Mewtwo in the graveyard. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate your Mewtwo effect, special summon itself from the graveyard. So now this will get banished when it leaves the field, but for the purposes of this end board, you will see why that is not the worst thing in the world. You'll go Meteonis Drytron, you'll target the Mewtwo, you add this back to your hand. You can target either one of these 2, it doesn't matter. So this is now back in your hand. What you can do is then link these guys off, and you will go into IP Masquerena. Cool, so this is what your end board is going to look like. At the end of the day, you essentially will have the same number of monster negates that you did in the previous turn, because this Mubeta Fafnir has a material that it can detach once your opponent attempts to essentially activate a spell or trap. So what you have here is a spell and trap negate, because you control a machine type ritual monster. You have another spell and trap negate, because it's just a spell and trap negate. You have 2 monster effect negates on board. You have an IP. And like I said earlier, if you're going to your opponent's turn, you can, let's say, detach this. You can negate 2 monster effects by banishing these 2. And then you have a spell and trap negate. Then you can just do the normal thing where you go IP, linking this off into Dynamundo, and you just summon it back, and then you have an infinite amount of negates after that. So yeah, that is just Alpha plus the Nova. Okay guys, so this is going to be Nova plus the Zeta combo. So this combo is essentially very similar to the previous one, because you're just adding the other one that you didn't have. So I'm just going to speed through this one quickly. It's going to be Nova, going to special summon Mewtwo. Mewtwo effect will activate, and you're going to search for the Alpha Thuban. From here you go Alpha, tribute the Zeta, and you're going to search for your Benton. You will go Zeta effect, tribute your Benton to add your Meteonis Drytron. New chain Benton will activate. It's going to add you the Diviner. Then you just normal summon the Diviner. You'll dump the Herald. The Herald will activate, adding your dad from your deck to your hand. From here you synchro, as you did previously, into your Dawn Dragster. Right, so from here you'll just go and overlay into your Mubeta. Mubeta activates. That's going to dump your Gamma. Gamma will activate, tributing the Big Dad, and that will summon out your Mewtwo from the graveyard. From here, like you did previously, you're just going to overlay for another copy of Mubeta. You're going to activate your Meteonis, and detaching essentially the 2 materials from this and the 1 material from this. It can be any one of them. And then you just summon out your Big Dad from the graveyard. Cool. Then you just go Mewtwo effect, summon itself. Obviously, then you go Meteonis Drytron, dropping the attack, add it back to hand. You're going to link off with these 2. This gets banished. And then you go into IP. And yeah, that's your full combo. So that's essentially just the same thing that we did in the previous combo. It's just obviously now you're swapping out the the Alpha for the Zeta instead. So yeah, that's what you can do with Nova plus Zeta. So now I'm going to show you what you can do with Nova plus the Gamma. Okay guys, so this is going to be Gamma plus Nova. This combo is also very similar to the previous 2. The only difference is the way you sequence it. Unfortunately with this combo you can't go for Dawn Dragster before you make your Mubeta, which means you do play into Imperm a bit more. However, it is still it's going to end on the similar board. So you're going to go Nova effect. That's going to summon out the Mewtwo. You'll activate the Mewtwo effect. That is going to search you for the Alpha Thuban. You'll go Alpha Thuban effect, tributing the Gamma. That is going to allow you to search for your Benton. Right, so now you don't want to activate your Gamma effect here, because obviously you have nothing to bring back unless you obviously link one of these guys off. But I think that is just wasting material. So what you can do is you can just go, well, technically you can go into SP and then obviously play it from there if you want to play through hand traps a bit better. But I'm just going to show you how to get to the full combo. So you can go Fafnir. Fafnir is going to dump your Zeta from deck to graveyard. And then you will go Zeta effect, dropping the Benton from hand, allowing you to search for the ritual spell. A new chain Benton will activate, adding any light fairy. That is going to be your Diviner of the Heralds. So from here, you're just going to normal summon your Diviner, use its effect. You're going to dump the Arclight. Arclight will trigger, adding your dad from your deck to your hand. Cool. So what you can do from here is you can link with these guys. Oh, sorry, not link, synchro summon into your Dawn Dragster. Then you can activate the Gamma in graveyard, tributing the dad from your hand to special summon, and then allow you to special summon out the Zeta from your graveyard. Cool. So then you can just go into your second Mubeta, obviously not being allowed to activate its effect. But then you activate the Meteonus, you're going to detach the new 2 from this Mu Beta, and then detach both materials from this one. You're going to summon it to Dad from the graveyard. And from there, you just go new 2 effect. Sorry, this needs to be in the graveyard. From there, you just go new 2 effect, special summon this guy. Then you can link with these. So that gets banished into IP. And obviously before that, you could have activated this to add it back to hand, but that is just the normal end board. However, if you do backtrack a bit, so obviously let's say you summon this off of the Nova. So this is going to allow you to play through hand traps a bit better. So I'm just going to rewind the game state a bit, going into, so that was in your hand, that was in your hand, and then new 2 will obviously activate to get you into, so you're going to go obviously Nova, special summon new 2, that is allowing you to search for the Alpha. Then you can go Alpha effect, tribute the Gamma. That is going to allow you to search for the Benton. So let's say you do it this way. You can link with these guys into your SP Little Knight. Then from there, you can go Gamma effect in graveyard, tributing the Benton to summon out the Alpha Thuban from your graveyard. So then the Benton will trigger, and that will allow you to get your Diviner of the Herald. Right, so from here, you can just go normal summon Diviner, use its effect. You'll be able to dump your Herald, and that will allow you to search for your Big Dad. Cool, so from here, you can just synchro with these guys into the Dawn Dragster. And then you still have your new 2 effect from graveyard because you haven't activated the effect to special summon itself, so you can just summon that back. From here, you can just go overlay into your Mu Beta. Mu Beta will then allow you to send from deck to graveyard your Zeta. And then you can go Zeta effect tributing the Big Dad to add your ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So from here, you would just then be able to go Meteonus to ritual. The only problem is going to be left with either the Mu Beta or the Zeta on field, which obviously sucks quite a bit because you can't really do anything with it. But let's say you go Meteonus, you can tribute basically the whole Mu Beta Fafnir, because if you do this, then it just leaves the Mu Beta on field with nothing attached to it. But I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do that. But yeah, let's just say you can leave that in attack mode and then just obviously tribute these guys. You can go into your Draconids, and yeah, then you just go Meteonus, target this, add this back to your hand. So this is how the end board changes if you want to go for the SP first instead of going for the normal combo. Obviously, this allows you to negate Imperm, but also it allows you to use the Little Knight if they say go Imperm, you negate, and they want to target this like Effect Veiler or whatever the case may be, right? And SP also allows you to just like play around, like nib a bit more or whatever. But I feel this combo is a bit more iffy, if I can put it that way. It is something you can consider. So now I'm going to show you what Nova plus one of the shittest Drytrons, which is Delta Altaze, can give you. Okay guys, this is going to be just going to show you the Nova plus the Delta. So Delta, I don't know if I've explained this before, but this guy is a normal Drytron. But what he does is you tribute, and then when he summons himself with his normal effect, you can reveal a ritual monster or a ritual spell, excuse me, in your hand, and then you can draw one random card. So he still replaces himself, but it is a bit worse than, well, a lot worse than the other Drytrons, because his effect doesn't actually gain you any specific advantage. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Nova, and that's going to special out your new 2. Cool. So from here, you'll activate your new 2 effect. That'll allow you to add your Thuban. So from here, you'll go Thuban effect or Alpha, tribute your Delta, and that's going to allow you to search for your Benton. Right. So from there, you have to unfortunately go into your Mu Beta first. and then you activate his effect, and that's going to allow you to send the Zeta from deck to graveyard. You'll go Zeta effect by tributing the Benton as cost. It's going to allow you to add the ritual spell, and on a new chain, Benton will activate. That'll add you the Diviner of Heralds. From here, you will go normal summon the Diviner, and you will use its effect. You'll send the Arclight, and that will trigger, and you will add the Dad from your deck to your hand. Cool. So from here, you're going to go effect of Delta in graveyard, tributing the Dad, revealing the Meteonus in your hand, and drawing you one additional card. This can be anything. I'm just showing like a random card that you can draw. Right. So from here, you can go through your normal stuffies. You will make your second Mubeta. Obviously, you won't be using its effect. You'll activate your Meteonus. You'll tribute the new two, and this whole, well, technically you can't do that, but let's just say you tribute these two materials, and that allows you to summon out your Draconids. Cool, so from here, you have two options. Either you can go new 2 effect to special summon itself, and then you can make a level 7 synchro, or you can leave the new 2 in your graveyard. Obviously this will be in the graveyard. You can leave your level 1 in the graveyard, and you can just link these two guys into your IP Masquerena. So remember, this is a random card in your hand. But what you also could have done is, because this material was underneath this Mubeta, and these two were underneath this Mubeta, and this would have been in your hand, this would have been in graveyard, right? So your board state would have looked something like this. What you also could do is just go activate Meteonus, tribute this whole thing, so you can send its two materials and himself, summon out your Dad from the graveyard, and then this will be in your graveyard. Then you can use your new 2 effect to special summon himself. Then you can go Meteonus, drop its attack by 1000, add this to your hand. So from here you can also go into IP Masquerena with this, or you can go into Dawn Dragster, depending on how you would like to do the rest of the combo. So yeah, that is just going to do it for the Nova plus essentially any Drytron main deck monster. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it's informative, and I hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe as you normally do. I know it's a bit of a change up, but I feel like we can start exploring some other decks as well on the channel that I want to test with a bit. But yeah, that's gonna do it from me. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.